Hello, my name is Olof Hedqvist, and let's have a look now at how to correct assignments in this Assignment Digitizer program. And actually this step, so the work here is following a very simple flow. We go from top to bottom, right? And this step is necessary regardless of whether you want to use OneNote for correcting or not. So let's have a look at what I mean by that exactly. So here comes the menu. So as you see, this is divided into separate steps where we will start by choosing what it is that we want to do. Then we will choose which assignment we want to correct or assign. Then we will assign the student to that assignment. And then once we finished with that, we'll press this finish correcting button. Or if we feel like we don't know what we're doing and everything is nerve-wracking, we can press this cancel button instead. Okay, so starting out, what are our choices? Well, we can choose whether we want to correct a test that hasn't been previously corrected, or if we want to change a test that we've corrected previously. And in each case, we can choose also whether we want to do this correcting in OneNote or if we just want to open the test as a PDF. So essentially, this depends on how this program fits into your workflow. I could see a lot of people probably will use this and won't use it. Any correction in OneNote, won't do that on their computer. You like to do that by hand, and that's completely fine. In that case, probably you've already corrected the tests when you scan them into the computer. And so in that case, all you need to do now is to figure out which student wrote which test. So well, I mean, we can look at that to start out. Let's assume you've already corrected, and all you want to do is assign to the correct student. In that case, I would open the test I'm interested in. Let's start from the top, why not? And if I was interested in, and if I had several tests here, for instance, then I can use the search bar here to find the test that I'm looking for. I might write final exam, and that would isolate just those assignments that have that title. I can show you, to show them how it works, I can just type in 45, and you will see that only the line with the assignment number 45 remains to be seen. That's just to make our lives a little bit easier. Anyway, let's open this thing, and now we just want to open the PDF and find out who wrote it. Okay, PDF opens, we read the name, and let's say, for instance, that this one was written by Spektakel. This is not a real student name, this is taken from a Swedish children's rhyme, I think. Then we finish correcting, and what will happen now, since I still have the PDF open, is that the program will try to move this PDF into its correct folder, and it won't be allowed to because it can't access it while it's still open in the PDF reader. But I just want to show you what happens in this case, because it's an easy mistake to make. So what happens is that you get a pop-up window here, says that something is wrong, and probably that's you still have the PDF file open. It could be other things potentially. And then you see the error message, process cannot access the file. Okay, it's open somewhere else, so let's close. I press this all done button, and if I've fixed the problem, then the program will just keep churning and I won't have to see this again. If what I did not fix the problem, then this will come up again and again and again until you fixed it, or until you give up and you kill the process. It did fix the problem, lucky me. So that's all. I corrected one test. Well, corrected, I didn't have to because I'd already corrected this file in this example. And what happens now is that in this corrected test folder, under it will create one folder for the class 12C, which is the class where Krakel Spectacle is receiving an education. And under there will be a class also for Krakel Spectacle. And in there you will find the PDF file. Well, in this case, these will be the same file, just the original scanned file. But if you do make changes later using OneNote, then we'll have one PDF file which is the changed version, one which is the original scanned version. In this case, they are the same file, or copies of the same file. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. And the program will assume that you'll want to keep doing the same thing. So you don't have to do the setup each time. If you want to do the same thing, then you can just go to the next test and do the same thing, and so on. But if, since I'm showing it off, I might as well show all the different ways of using it. So let's say we wanted to correct a new test, and we want to correct it in OneNote. Then again, we choose something in the list here, and this time the program will create a OneNote document with, well, you will see here, where the OneNote workbook will be given the same name as the assignment name, and then for each separate written assignment, we get, for each separate written assignment, we get one of these sections, one in OneNote they're called sections, and then underneath we get, for each page in the test, we get a picture like this, and to the picture I also add this sort of margin to the side, sort of to guide you a little bit on where it is reasonable to write comments. You can write outside of that, it doesn't hurt much, but what will happen if you write really far to the side here is that in the finished PDF later, like it will all become an A4 format in the end. So the wider you write, the smaller the page will look in the finished PDF when you're done. So in general, I think keeping within this margin on this picture is quite a good idea. So that's somewhere like there. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. The student did very well on this first page at least. So that's very nice for him or her. Okay, let's be happy there. And we can just get rid of that. And let's say that this was Molgan Åberg. Assign to him. And then we finish correcting. And just as in the previous case, this will now be in 12A. There's Molgan Åberg, and you will get, so here, a PDF containing our marks that we did, and also the original. So that's how this works. We're also able, if we make mistakes, I never do, but some of you might, then we can change. So we can press this button instead and see the previously corrected tests. And I'm running sort of a new instance of this with where I cleared out all of the databases and everything. So the tests that I'm doing now are the tests that are all the tests that there are here. So that's why we just see these two. So let's say that I changed my mind. Actually, I want to add something from OneNote to Krakel Spectacle here. First I need to confirm the setup. This one I'm not quite happy. I want to write something on this test. We choose it, and now it will pop up as, and again it has to create this OneNote file. There it is. And we, this is not correct. This is correct. And this is correct, for instance. And then it will assume that it's assigned to the correct student. Let's make an example of that on the next one. So let's say that this is Crocus Spectacle was the correct student. I didn't mess up. Then we can just press finish correcting and it will update these documents. But let's say that for Molgan Åberg here, I got the wrong student. It's his brother Alphonse. Was actually the one who should have it. Then I want to make a change, but I don't really feel like opening in OneNote. It's not really necessary. Then I can just do that. I can choose here. And since what I wanted to do was change the student, I can just go into this menu here. I change to Alphonse, assign to student, finish correcting. And what this will do is it will correct this in the database, but it will also move the files to the correct folder. So if I look now at Molgan Åberg, there are no files under that folder anymore, whereas for Alphonse Åberg, he has received these files. Okay, so that's basically it for how you can use this program to assign students, create a final folder structure, and also to open these files and edit them in OneNote. Maybe a word on this correcting in OneNote. I like to do it because I don't like to deal with papers. But I could see, I'm not going to tell you that it's faster or more intelligent in any way than just correcting on the test paper. The one thing that the benefit that I do think it has is sometimes you will notice that a number of students get the same thing wrong, and it's something that requires a little bit more of an involved explanation. I find that when I write in OneNote, I feel it's worth it to write this explanation, because then I can copy it to each of the students, so that effort isn't wasted in the same way as if I'd had to write it by hand on each of the papers. So it does have some benefit there, and I could also see one quite efficient practice that you could use is to basically do nearly all of your correcting by hand, scan it in, correct it, but then if there should be some of these comments that you want to, or images or whatever, something that's more easy to do in the computer, then you could open them again here in OneNote and add that image or add that comment that you want to put on a lot of different places. And I think that could be sort of a good middle ground between the two. Food for thought. Anyway, so that was what I wanted to say. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.